Nikola Jokić is one of, if not the greatest playmaker our game has ever seen. And Josh Schertz might have just found the blueprint for how to recreate him. How? Let's talk about it.
The scoring factory on three. 1, 2, 3, scoring factory.
What's going on, everybody? Coach Kevin with the Scoring Factory, back with episode 14 of our breakdown series. Today, we're talking about the Jokić blueprint, so let's get right into it. In order to make a great pass, three things have to happen. You have to be put in a position to make a pass, you have to recognize the pass, and you have to execute the pass. And Jokić is elite at all three of these things, which makes him an elite passer. So let's look at this clip. The Nuggets start in our delay spacing. If you don't know what delay spacing is, please check out our prior breakdown video on delay spacing. As Jokić gets into the nail, the free throw line area, he creates the position for him to make a pass. Because of his elite scoring ability, he draws eyes of all of the defenders on the floor. They are all watching Jokić. He knows that as soon as he gets to this general area, that his guys from the corners are going to burn to the hoop. So he puts himself in a position to make the pass because these defenders are watching him and not their check. Now, he sees that the burn is coming to the hoop. He recognizes that pass. And then finally, he is able to make this pass. He knows that this pass is going to be made before he ever starts to spin. But he makes the pass, and it's an easy dunk. Because he knows that there are consistent cutting patterns, he is able to make that pass. A lot of times, great passers are created by great cutters. This clip is another great example of the exact same concept. So watch, before Jokić even puts the ball on the floor, look how many defenders are looking at only Jokić. 4 guys are loading up to try to stop Jokić. As he works his way to the nail, his first read is going to be this defender. His eyes are only on Jokić and not out to his man. So his man is going to burn cut straight to the basket. And Jokić makes that read instantly. He sees it before it gets there. He recognizes the pass he has to make. And he's good enough to make this one-handed pass for an easy dunk. Another way that the Nuggets love to use this concept is by putting someone, typically Aaron Gordon, in what we call the dunker spot. The dunker spot is this area right outside the lane, somewhat behind the rim. So it's the same idea as throwing this burn, except the guy is already there. So watch as Jokić catches this short roll. The pass that he's going to throw is this lob to Aaron Gordon. But all 3 defenders on the backside are concerned about Jokić. Really, even before he ends up making this pass, he's got 3 legitimately wide open options. And because the Nuggets have strategized their offense to put him in these positions, it makes it really easy for him, who's already elite, to make these passes consistently. This clip is another example of the Nuggets using the dunker spot to Jokic's advantage. So watch, as Jokić catches this ball near the nail area, we're going to see Aaron Gordon go to the dunker spot. And this is where we really start to see the almost unmatched basketball IQ of Nikola Jokić. He knows that Gordon is in the dunker spot and that he has somebody in the corner. His read here, as he starts to back down, if he feels pressure coming from the backside, he knows that one of these 2 guys is going to be wide open, and the only defender that he has to read is Cole Anthony on the backside. As soon as he sees this defender vacate and start to double and try to get this poke, he knows that if he can get this pass to Gordon, that's his best option. And if Cole Anthony slides down to take it away, it would be, probably knowing Jokić, an over-the-head pass out to the corner. He sees that Anthony does not recover as the pressure comes. He instantly gets the pass off to the dunker spot, and it's 2 points. As Jokić sees this double team coming in this clip, he knows that it's coming from this side, which means most likely we're going to see rotations out and out and here, which is going to leave the dunker spot wide open again. These are extremely, extremely elite instincts, and he knows that as the double comes, the offense has an advantage somewhere. Jokic welcomes double teams because he knows he has a man open somewhere on the floor, and based on where it came from, he already knows that it's Aaron Gordon. So he doesn't even have to look as he whizzes this pass into the dunker spot for an easy two. When Jokic isn't near the nail or catches the ball near the block on post-ups, the Nuggets still send burn cuts to the hoop. They just typically don't come from the corner. They'll either already have somebody in the dunker spot or they'll keep the guy in the corner, and instead they either come from the 45 or the top of the key. So watch here as Jokic sees this double come as he dribbles. Again, it's the same concept as the last clip. He knows that rotation, when this comes, is going to go here and then out to here. So as Westbrook burns towards the hoop, he knows that the only read he has to make is D'Angelo Russell. If Russell steps up and guards the cut, he throws to the corner. If he stays with his, he's just going to throw it to the cutter. Russell steps up and he sees that, and he instantly knows as soon as he steps up that the corner is going to be wide open. He spins, makes an elite whip pass over to the corner, and it's 3 points. Another great example of this concept here, as soon as Jokic starts to back down, MPJ realizes that Dyson Daniels takes his eyes off of him for a half a second, and he is going to send this burn cut right down the middle. Jokic recognizes it, throws it, and it's an easy two. So when I say that Josh Schertz has created a clone of Nikola Jokic, what he has done is he has taken his big man, Robbie Avila, who has shown the ability to recognize passes and execute passes, and he has done his job of putting him in the position to make those passes. They use very, very similar concepts and cutting concepts as the Nuggets do. So watch and see if this reminds you of one of the plays that we just watched. As Avila catches this ball in the post, what they do, just like the Nuggets would do, is send this burn from the 45. Avila now just has to read this defender. If he sticks with his man in the corner, he's going to throw the 45. But if he guards the 45 cut, this is an easy skip for a corner three. So he guards the 45, he skips it over, and that's a wide open corner three. This is almost exactly the same play that we saw against the Lakers when Jokic had to read D'Angelo Russell and skipped it to the corner. Again, a lot of times great passers are made by great cutters. You can be the best passer in the world, but if there's no one to pass to, there's no way that you can execute these great passes. So as Avila catches this and attacks a long closeout, as soon as he starts getting downhill, we recognize that this defender is not looking, so we send our burn to the rim. What Indiana State, St. Louis, and the Nuggets teach is that if you can see the back of your defender's head, you go to the hoop. It's an easy read for Avila and an easy layup. Another Nuggets concept that Indiana State loved to run was the dunker spot. So watch as Avila catches this ball in the post. Our player here is going to find his way over to the dunker spot. Avila recognizes this, and he knows that if this double comes, which he's expecting, there are only two things that can happen. This defender can stay out and guard the three, in which he can throw it to the dunker, or this defender can guard the dunker so that he can skip this pass out to the corner. On top of this, we're going to see another 45 cut. So he's used to making these reads. These are simple reads for him because he's been put in this position over and over again. He sees the double commit. He sees that this defender isn't sliding down to guard, and this is an easy pass to the dunker spot for an open two. The cutting concepts that we see in the Indiana State offense are almost identical to the Nuggets. Here, as we see Avila get to the nail, as soon as he gets to the nail, we see both corners burn because both of their defenders are up the line, not watching. So he really has two options here. He makes a good read, and it's an easy two. Here's one of our other concepts again. As Avila catches this ball at the nail, you're immediately going to see a cut from the corner. He catches it, makes the read right away, and another easy two. While I don't think everyone can be Nikola Jokić, putting your bigs in pass-friendly situations with constant cutting allows them to become the best playmaking versions of themselves. And that unlocks an offense that's both unpredictable and incredibly tough to guard. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment what you want to see next. Follow us on our social medias at The Scoring Factory. And as always, I will see everybody in the next video.